Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Ringside Insanity here on Constantine Studios' YouTube channel. I am, of course, Jeff Meacham.
The crippled Jade Hogan. Should we just say goodbye now?
Why?
Since our boss already thinks it's going to be the shortest show ever.
No, we have to give it a fair and honest review and not just have you say, it sucked, army movie, blood and guts, nah. And I say, well, you know, you give it a little bit of credit. There was a good story to Predator, which is the movie, by the way. It told a decent story of, you know, sacrifice and betrayal and just very. I thought it was a very heart-wrenching story at the end of the day because of all the people that whatever the hell they called him, Schwarzenegger's character, Dutch, had to lose in order to survive the attack of the alien Predator. But you know, yeah. It was a little bit unnecessarily, you know, bloody and gory, but, you know, it's also 1980, I don't know how year this movie came out, 87. Movies back then were, you know, movies like this back then were a lot more violent. You probably couldn't get away with that in this day and age.
I didn't think there was any story. I didn't find the story until everybody said it, which I still didn't be like, I was still like, okay. It's an army movie. It's unnecessarily gross.
You didn't get the fact that Carl Weathers, the black guy in the beginning of the movie, Apollo Creed and Rocky.
Okay, what about him?
You didn't get the fact that he basically led his friend into a situation that, you know, he basically deceived him.
No, I thought it was just like he was part of his team. I didn't know it was him leading him into bad.
No, Carl Weathers recruited Arnold and his, you know, his special unit team to do something that was not true. He led him to believe it was one thing and it was a totally different other thing, and basically got his men killed because of it. And then Carl Weathers got himself killed because of it, because he's an idiot.
Boring. That story is so boring to me. I don't think it is heart-wrenching at all. I think that's kind of like, okay, you're a dumbass for thinking it, or not thinking about it before you signed up to do it.
He didn't think his friend would lead him into something that would get every single one of his men killed. I would understand.
That's his bad. I don't think...
I honestly don't think you gave it a fair chance, truth be told.
I did. I completely did. I actually was like, okay, I want to sit down and watch this movie. Even
though we were both pissed off at each other before the movie started, so I thought, for me it was like, okay, I was not into it until Jay started cracking jokes. I was just sitting there just like, whatever. This is stupid. I don't want to do this right now.
I just didn't like the movie.
Okay.
The only part of the movie I liked is the very end.
Which I thought was the stupidest part.
It finally caught my attention at the very end, and I was like, ooh, what?
It's like the ugly creepy took his mask off, started laughing like a human, and blew himself up. It was stupid.
It was stupid, but it still got my attention.
I guess.
The whole thing was stupid.
It was.
It was a really lame movie, but, you know.
Well, according to the description, it's the most terrifying and exciting Schwarzenegger movie yet, as of 1987.
Yeah.
So, I disagree with that, because, you know, Terminator, he was much more terrifying, much more lethal, I think.
Yeah. I'd still rather watch Terminator than that.
And then Terminator 2, you know, you had the T-1000 played wonderfully by Robert Patrick in that movie, which was awesome. So, this is definitely my least favorite Schwarzenegger movie I've ever seen, but I still didn't think it was as bad as you made it out to be.
I'm just not... I'm a girl. I'm a girly girl when it comes to those kind of things. When it comes to sports and all that, I can totally be down with the boys, but when it comes to gross stuff like that, I'm just like,
well, we will see come this weekend, because this weekend you and JJ are doing Ringside Renegades with your top 10 favorite sports movies of all time. So we'll see how she does on that. In the meantime, as Stat Boys Bell will also have the top 10 favorite sports movies of all time. But in the meantime, I give Predator 7 out of 10.
Wow. Maybe a 3.
Yeah. So average 5 here on RSI for Predator.
Because Arnold was kind of hot. That's about it.
Alright.
He actually had good looks back in the day. Although he was way too muscular for me.
And of course we're forgetting the main reason that we reviewed this in the first place. The Jesse the Body Ventura role in this, and he made a wonderful demise. He got blown through the chest and the stomach by an alien weapon.
Disgusting.
That was pretty disgusting. But it was
His whole
funny.
chest area was just gone. He looked like a human bull.
It's pretty funny.
It was gross.
The best kill was the black guy getting his head blown off. That was pretty brutal too.
Too much blood going
At the camera. That was funny. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, so there you go. Average score on our side for Predator is 5. Next week, we're probably going to have the cartoon starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Planet 51. That's the tentative schedule at the moment. If it changes, then... If it changes, it changes, but that's what we're planning to do for next week.
Something actually interesting.
So, for the cripple... Yeah, we'll see. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie. We'll see.
Oh, come on.
No. For Jade Hogan, so what? Exactly. Cartoon and it's The Rock.
I like The Rock when it comes to his movies. Just don't like it when he comes to his wrestling.
I don't mind his wrestling and his talking so much. I just don't like his whole attitude in general when he came back. Thinks he's holier than thou.
Well, we'll see how he is in a cartoon.
That's right. We'll see how he is playing 51. But for now, Predator's in the can. Take that back to the library where it belongs. We will see y'all next week on Ringside Insanity.
Bye.